A Florida poet is actively suing Taylor Swift and trying to stop the release of the End of an Era docuseries. Let's get into this. The woman's name is Kimberly Marasco, and she claims that Taylor Swift stole her lyrics from her poems and used them in her songs.
Hold on to your headphones because the Swift-Kelce saga just keeps delivering headline-worthy chaos. First up, fans went ballistic after a pop culture publication tried to land edgy jokes at Taylor's expense. And then things escalated when a Florida poet sued to block Taylor's Disney Plus docuseries, claiming her poems were sneakily sprinkled across the show. Swifties also got their hopes dashed when Travis and Jason Kelce teased a mystery episode of New Heights that wasn't who they thought.
Going down the only road I'd ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone.
Meanwhile, Travis melted hearts confessing he wants to watch the 1998 comedy Baseketball with Taylor just to show her how he laughs like a golden retriever.
God damn, I gotta watch that movie again. See if Taylor likes that movie. She'll just see me laughing at everything and have a good time.
He also gushed over the magical Milestone, their Taylor episode hit on Apple Podcasts.
I mean, yeah.
What is beating that one?
So magical.
And rounding it out, Gracie Hunt revealed the deeply sentimental engagement gift she gave Taylor, necklace and all, proving Chiefs Kingdom knows how to flex heartfelt energy.
I actually gave Taylor an engagement present, which was one of Monica's necklaces, because they mean so much to me.
The Swifties are fired up again, and honestly, they've got every reason to be. A new piece just dropped in a so-called stupid issue, and let's just say the title was foreshadowing. The article tried to be edgy, artsy, maybe funny, but instead it went full faceplant, leaving fans wondering who approved this and whether the editor was on lunch break for the entire process. According to insiders, the piece took aim at Taylor's lyrics from the life of a showgirl, twisting them into some bizarre narrative about her hypothetical future kids. And not just any narrative, it went for jokes about CTE, the degenerative brain condition linked to repeated head impacts in contact sports. Yep, they really thought that was comedy, because nothing says cultural criticism like casually inventing imaginary children with neurological diseases just to land a punchline at a woman who writes breakup songs and minds her business. To make it messier, the article dragged in her fiancé by referring to him in ways that had fans blinking like, "Excuse me? What kind of medical journal is this supposed to be?" Sources say readers immediately called out how grossly ableist the comments were, pointing out that CTE is already misunderstood and under-researched, and the last thing anyone needs is some pop culture think piece spreading the idea that it's genetic. A public health professional even chimed in, pretty much warning that misinfo like this isn't just tacky, it's dangerous. And speaking of messy situations, Taylor did not ask for. We apparently jumped straight from imaginary scandals to very real lawsuits, because now a Florida poet is trying to hit the brakes on her entire Disney Plus docuseries like she's slamming an emergency stop button at a theme park ride gone wrong. According to insiders, this woman, Kimberly Marasco, is convinced Taylor, her labels, and half the music industry somehow raided her poetry stash and sprinkled it across a 6-part documentary. And she's not just filing complaints, she wants the whole global release of The End of an Era iced before it even premieres in December. Bold move. Marasco insists her poems are basically woven into the fabric of the show like glitter glue nobody asked for. She claims her creative DNA is irreversibly embedded, which sounds dramatic enough to be a song title itself. And while this legal storm feels fresh, insiders pointed out that this saga actually started back in 2024 when she first sued over 2 of her poetry collections. But that case didn't even get far because she didn't properly serve Taylor, which is wild because serving someone correctly is literally step 1 of suing them. It's like trying to bake a cake without turning on the oven. But Marasco came back swinging in 2025, this time adding Jack Antonoff and Aaron Dessner to the lineup and jacking the damages request up to an eye-watering £19 million. She even listed a grocery cart of Taylor songs she believes borrow from her writing, from The Man to Invisible String to My Tears Ricochet, basically everything except the national anthem. Now she wants the docuseries delayed, arguing that once it drops worldwide, her alleged ideas will be forever fused into pop culture, permanently stealing her spotlight. Meanwhile, Disney is hyping the documentary as this big behind-the-scenes extravaganza, with everyone from Ed Sheeran to Sabrina Carpenter popping in.
I came up with the idea for the Eras Tour about 2 years before the tour started.
Taylor already posted about how much the project means to her, like a nostalgic time capsule of the Eras Tour winding down. And just when you think the drama meter might chill for a second, boom, the Kelce brothers enter the chat with their own brand of chaos, because apparently disappointing Swifties is now a full-time sport. So Travis and Jason tease a special episode of New Heights with 2 mystery guests, and the internet goes full detective mode, zooming into silhouettes like they're analyzing UFO footage. Within minutes, Swifties were convinced the shadowy outlines totally screamed Taylor and Kylie, as if the brothers had planned a secret Wags-only takeover.
Going down the only road I'd ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone.
The New Heights X account dropped a photo with Jason and Travis standing proudly beside 2 blacked-out female figures, and fans lost their collective minds. Replies were basically an Olympic-level combination of screaming, crying, and manifesting. People were typing in all caps, declaring themselves spiritually, emotionally, and cosmically prepared for Taylor Part 2. Others were posting reactions like the Wi-Fi was about to explode the second the episode aired. But then reality entered the chat like a cold breeze. Some eagle-eyed fans spotted one tiny phrase in the caption, "New Heights debut," and that was the plot twist nobody wanted. Because both Taylor and Kylie already made appearances before, meaning they were automatically disqualified. It was the fandom equivalent of showing up to a surprise party and finding out the surprise is tax advice. Then Wednesday's episode finally dropped, and the big mystery reveal? Not Taylor, not Kylie, nope. The guests were actually Erin Andrews and Charissa Thompson, the sports broadcasting duo who, to be fair, are fan favorites in their own right. Jason hyped them up as some of the most requested guests ever, and Travis added they're a blast and everyone's going to love them, which is adorable, but Swifties were still in the corner like this is not the silhouette content we ordered.
We're also going to be dropping a guest conversation with Erin Andrews and Charissa Thompson. That's right. Maybe 2 of the most demanded guests of all time. They are fantastically entertaining, knowledgeable, and charismatic.
And before anyone could finish recovering from that emotional whiplash, Travis popped up again with yet another moment that sent the internet into a fresh spiral, because apparently this man cannot go 1 week without becoming a trending topic. This time he wasn't stirring podcast chaos or dodging lawsuits. He was just confessing the one movie he's dying to watch with Taylor so she can witness him laughing like an overgrown golden retriever. According to insiders, Travis wants to sit her down and rewatch Baseketball, a 1998 fever dream comedy about 2 buddies who invent a hybrid sport using baseball, basketball, and pure nonsense. And Travis is convinced Taylor needs to see this cinematic masterpiece so she can fully appreciate him wheezing, snorting, and borderline crying at every joke.
God damn, I gotta watch that movie again. See if Taylor likes that movie. She'll just see me laughing at everything and have a good time.
Social media, of course, reacted at lightning speed. Some users were cheering him on like Yes King introduced her to the classics, while others dragged him like he just recommended a VHS copy of Sharknado 12. Either way, people had opinions, and Travis unintentionally gave everyone another thing to argue about. Truly a talent. Meanwhile, in actual football news, because yes, Travis still does have a day job, the Chiefs are fighting for their dignity. The team started the season strong, but lately the losses have been showing up like spam emails, and suddenly they're sitting 3rd in the AFC West. Playoff hopes? Not dead, but definitely coughing. Still, Travis has been making history on the field, reminding everyone that even when the scoreboard looks rough, the man is still racking up milestones, which is probably why he's extra soft and starry-eyed in the very next moment, because now he's reacting to a whole different kind of milestone, one that involves 0 touchdowns and maximum Taylor Swift sparkle energy. The latest New Heights episode dives straight into the brothers celebrating the fact that their Taylor guest episode basically just bodied the entire podcast universe. According to insiders, Apple Podcasts crowned it one of the best episodes of 2025, and Jason wasted no time pointing out that nothing else is even in the same neighborhood.
Our Taylor episode was named one of the best podcast episodes of 2020. One of them? What the fuck are we talking about?
Travis, meanwhile, is sitting there glowing like a man who just found a puppy and a winning lottery ticket on the same day, calling her magical with the confidence of someone who knows no one is arguing.
I mean, yeah.
What is beating that one?
So magical.
And honestly, he has receipts. Back in August, Taylor showed up on New Heights after joking that the podcast literally saved her from a Shakespearean-level tragedy. She told the brothers she owed them big time because, let's be real, Working as Travis's accidental dating app turned out to be a life upgrade. She even reminded everyone how this whole saga actually began, with him on the show in July 2023 being adorably dramatic about missing his shot to meet her on the Eras Tour. He was reportedly butthurt, which is the most Travis Kelce emotion that's ever existed. Taylor added her own play-by-play, revealing that his grand romantic gesture was basically him yelling, "I want to date you," into the podcast mic like it was a carrier pigeon. She joked that he didn't even bother with the usual celebrity-to-celebrity protocol. No reaching out to her team, no subtle inquiries, nothing. He was essentially that guy who shows up at the door like, "I know somebody who knows somebody, trust me." And honestly, it somehow worked, which makes the next part feel like a seamless slide from podcast fairy tale to real-life engagement glow-up, because right after Taylor's retelling of Travis's chaotic courtship strategy, we jump to someone else who's been living in the front row of this love story, Gracie Hunt, Chiefs royalty, sideline fashion icon, and now official giver of extremely meaningful jewelry. According to insiders, Gracie has been tight with Taylor ever since she first started showing up at Chiefs games in 2023, cheering on Travis like it was her full-time side quest. So when the engagement news dropped in August, Gracie apparently smiled so hard her face practically filed a complaint. And she didn't just send a congrats queen text. Nope, she went full heartfelt gifting mode. She revealed that she gave Taylor a necklace from designer Monica Rich Kosan, someone her own grandmother adored, which already makes the gift about 12 layers more sentimental than your average engagement present. Gracie said the pieces are big on storytelling and symbolism, which tracks because Swift probably collects symbolic jewelry the same way dragons collect gold.
My grandmother wore Monica's pieces, and she's so excellent at storytelling through her artistry. And I actually gave Taylor an engagement present, which was one of Monica's necklaces, because they mean so much to me.
To make it even sweeter, Gracie has her own collaboration with the designer, the Aim True Arrowhead necklace, which she described as a daily reminder to be resilient, courageous, and spiritually aligned. Basically the kind of necklace that whispers you've got this every time you walk past a mirror. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.